When it comes to legendary action games, Ninja Gaiden stands tall with its adrenaline-pumping combat, intricate lore, and unforgettable characters. At the heart of the franchise lies not only its iconic protagonist, Ryu Hayabusa, but also a cast of warriors, demons, and otherworldly beings who each bring their own unique power and style to the battlefield. Hello, marvelous fans, and welcome back. Today we're going to uncover Ninja Gaiden, a game known for its razor-sharp gameplay, punishing difficulty, and a cast of warriors who fight with precision, power, and unyielding determination. The question is, who among them truly stands above the rest? Well, sharpen your blades, prepare your ki, and brace yourself, as this list is about to slice through the legends and settle the score once and for all. Well, what are you waiting for? Let's explore the Ninja Gaiden universe's strongest warriors and what makes them so formidable. Oh, and as usual, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button if you like our content. Top tier, god level, Ryu Hayabusa. Ryu Hayabusa, the man, the myth, the ninja who makes everyone else look like amateurs. Ryu is the heart and soul of Ninja Gaiden. Developed by Team Ninja and Tecmo, he's a ninja who isn't just modern day cool, but also packs enough ancient warrior vibes to make samurai blush. Ryu's iconic Black Falcon outfit combines stealth and swagger seamlessly. It's as if a special ops agent and a traditional ninja had a fashion baby. His attire consists of sleek armor, tabai boots, a scarf, and a mask that only lets his piercing eyes shine through. Speaking of those eyes, Ryu's vibrant green-gold gaze could probably stop enemies mid-swing. Intimidating? Absolutely. But take off the mask and you have a handsome, youthful, perfect man with the coolest ponytail ever. Born into the dragon lineage, Ryu was pretty much destined for greatness and a ton of pain. His father, Joe Hayabusa, ensured little Ryu was trained from childhood to uphold the ninja way. Guided by Umitsu, the clan's caretaker, Ryu grew up alongside his best friend Kureha, forming bonds that gave him strength amid the brutal training. By the time he hit adulthood, Ryu was brilliant, much to his father's pleasure. His skills earned him the right to carry the Hayabusa name, and his father handed him the legendary Dragon Sword. Ryu's connections go beyond his own clan. He's tight with Mugen Tenshin Ninja Clan, particularly with heavy hitters like Akane, Kasumi, and Hayate. Imagine having a squad where everyone's equally deadly. No weak links here. Now let's talk combat. Ryu isn't just strong, he's terrifyingly skilled. He's considered to be the strongest and most powerful ninja in the world. Well, he wasn't called the singular super ninja and the ultimate ninja for nothing. His Hayabusa-style ninjutsu combines blinding speed, flawless acrobatics, and enough tactical smarts to outmaneuver even the deadliest foes. Need to wield a weapon? He'll master it. Need to summon a giant flaming dragon? No problem. His chi-based abilities and elemental attacks make him a nightmare for demons, fiends, and anyone foolish enough to challenge him. As a ninja, Ryu is a relentless and efficient killer, eliminating his enemies with cold precision and calculated skill. His strict upbringing, combined with his countless hardships and tragedies, has shaped him into a warrior who suppresses his emotion and hones his abilities to near perfection. Unwavering in his resolve, Ryu carries out his deadly missions without hesitation, fully understanding that preserving the world's balance outweighs the cost of the lives he must take. Vigor Emperor. Meet Vigor Emperor, Ninja Gaiden's antagonist and a walking or floating argument for why you shouldn't let power go to your head. Known as the Holy Vigoor Emperor, this guy is the big boss behind everything evil in Ninja Gaiden games like Sigma, Black, and Dragon Sword. Let me tell you one thing though, the guy's got flair. I mean, imagine a strong man with shoulder-length white hair who then turns into a 100-foot-tall floating angelic thing. In his deity form, the Emperor looks like he just walked off a heavy metal album cover. He's got angel wings sticking out his head and back, a floating dislocated head, and a metallic carapace. But he loses the deity powers and things get way weirder and creepier. His final form is a giant devilish skull sitting on a monstrous pile of other skulls with 4 skeletal legs. The Vigor Emperor isn't just about looks though. He's as ruthless as they come, ruling his rogue empire with an iron fist, military might, and some seriously creepy religious brainwashing. He's got his subjects worshipping him as as a god while secretly controlling an army of fiends that most people think are just myths. Think of him as a dictator meets cult leader with a side hustle in reality manipulation. Speaking of powers, this guy doesn't mess around. He can shoot laser grids, summon flying skulls to devour his enemies, and bend reality, space, and time like he's on some cosmic DIY project. One second, you're in a fiery pit of doom. The next, you're standing in a field of flowers. It's terrifying and oddly poetic. Once he gets his hands on the Dark Dragon Blade, game over. The prophecy says he'll gain unlimited strength, speed, and enough power to collapse entire universes just by existing. Talk about overkill. Oh, and let's not forget the curse of the fiends. The Emperor can turn humans or creatures into fiends whenever he feels like it. So if you're on his bad side, you might wake up as a demon. Fun, right? Awakened Alma. Alma is one of the most complex and tragic characters in Ninja Gaiden. He's one of the 5 Greater Fiends of the Vigor Empire, and Doku's favorite, by the way. Oh, and a fun fact, she's also Rachel's twin sister. That's right, sibling drama just got a demonic twist. In her fiend form, Alma has pink skin, head wings, and green tentacle-like hair. She's decked out in jewelry because even as a fiend, she's got style. When Alma powers up to her awakened form, that's when things get real. Her skin turns purple, and her lower body becomes this centipede-like monstrosity. In her human form, she actually looks like Rachel, considering they're twins, but instead of wearing a ponytail, she rocks a bob cut. Alma wasn't always like this, though. She was once a kind-hearted, innocent girl whose life took a dark turn when Doku unlocked her cursed Vigorian blood, turning her into a fiend. Rachel, devastated by her sister's transformation, became a fiend hunter with one goal: to free Alma's soul. During Ryu Hayabusa's journey, he encounters Alma multiple times, including a showdown at the Doku monastery. After a tough fight, Rachel shows up, ready to end her sister's suffering, but can't bring herself to do it. Alma retreats, only to come back stronger later thanks to Doku's meddling. In the end, though, Alma regains a sliver of her humanity and sacrifices herself to save Rachel. It's a gut-wrenching moment that adds layers to her character. Now, fighting Alma is kind of difficult. She spends most of her time floating high in the air, tossing homing energy spheres, telekinetically launching pillars, and dive-bombing her victims. Her moves are unpredictable and brutal. Get too close, and she'll grab you, slam you into the ground, or crush you with her lower body. Just when you think you've got her, she'll summon shadow fiends to ruin your day. On higher difficulties, they're upgraded to crow shadow demons. Oh, and her signature move? A devastating light beam grab that will pull you into the air before slamming you hard into the dirt. It's unblockable, it's terrifying, and it's guaranteed to make you scream at the controller. Second tier, Fiend Masters. Doku. Doku is Ninja Gaiden's own samurai-turned-fiend and one of the most intimidating antagonists you'll ever face. He was the right hand of the Vigor Emperor, Kureha's murderer, and Ryu Hayabusa's main antagonist during the early to mid-late portions of the game. This guy set the wheels in motion for Ryu's entire revenge saga. Appearance-wise, he's a heavily armored Dark Knight, kind of like a samurai, but instead of a face, there's a glowing purple flame. If you think that's spooky, wait till he enters his spirit form. He turns into a blue, legless, ethereal version of himself, floating ominously mid-air. Doku's got you covered if you're a fan of sword fights, supernatural villains, or bosses who make you scream at your screen. Back in his mortal days, Doku was the epitome of a samurai, skilled, ruthless, and unfailingly loyal to his master. The Vigor Emperor recognized his talents and appointed him as the Lord of the Greater Fiends. Centuries of corruption followed, and Doku became a walking nightmare, carrying out the Emperor's will without an ounce of compassion. Case in point, the brutal attack on the Hayabusa ninja village and the cold-blooded murder of Kureha were all courtesy of Doku. He's not just about destruction, okay? He was also on a recruitment spree, seeking humans with fiendish bloodlines to transform into greater fiends. This is where Alma and Rachel come in. While Alma succumbed to his twisted temptations, Rachel resisted, forcing her into a deadly game of cat and mouse. Doku wasn't worried though. He knew she'd come back, and when she did, he'd either either turn her into a fiend or sacrifice her to boost Alma's power. What a guy. When it comes to combat, Doku is pretty much unstoppable. In his armored form, he's a master swordsman wielding the cursed blade Kitetsu with deadly precision. He's not as acrobatic as Ryu, but he makes up for it with pure power and ruthless techniques like the Stab of Extinction and the Soul Eraser. Oh, and if he grabs you with his dead soul bind, prepare for your life force to be sucked out. Literally. As if that weren't enough, when you take Doku down, he comes back in his spirit form. Now he's floating, glowing blue, and still ready to ruin your day. His new tricks include launching his detached arm at you and spewing blue flames like a spectral dragon. Other than his Kitetsu, he also carried the Dark Dragon Blade, which he used to cut down Ryu Hayabusa. I repeat, once again, what a guy. Genshin. Meet Genshin, the iron-fisted warlord of the now-defunct Black Spider Ninja Clan and Ryu Hayabusa's ultimate frenemy in Ninja Gaiden 2. This guy is like the Dark Mirror version of Ryu, complete with ninja swagger and a burning hatred for the dragon lineage. Oh, and let's not forget his unmistakable look, an eye patch covering a battle-scarred eye, a sleek combo of traditional gi and armor, and a helmet with enough eyes to make a spider jealous. Talk about fashion world villainy. Genshin was, quite honestly, terrifying. Wielding the blade of the Archfiend in a reverse grip, he's a master swordsman, martial artist, and ninpo caster who can make even the best warriors break a sweat. He's one of only 2 ninjas ever to earn the title of Super Ninja, the other being Ryu, of course. Whether it's summoning fire, teleporting like a boss, or pulling off insane moves like the Flying Swallow or the Underworld Drop, Genshin's skills are simply overpowering. Beneath all that rage and fiery pyrokinesis is an oddly honorable warrior. Sure, he allied with Elizabeth and sold his humanity for a shot at crushing the Hayabusa clan, but he did it for his people, his clan's survival. Genshin's hatred for the dragon lineage was personal, fueled by the loss of his brother Gammoth at the hands of Murai. Even Ryu could understand about making the rivalry more of a tragic tale than anything else, but boy, did they have their showdowns. Genshin fought Ryu multiple times, clashing swords in some of the most intense duels in the series. Despite his incredible strength, speed, and agility, he ultimately couldn't overcome Ryu and the power of the true dragon sword. He's also a martial artist who combines his claw with his swordsmanship, making him unpredictable in close combat. Once Genshin transforms into his fiend form, things get seriously spicy. He gains pyrokinesis, letting him set his sword ablaze for unblockable attacks. He can summon fire arrows, unleash fiery ground pounds that erupt around him, and teleport short distances to keep enemies guessing. He's got the Flying Swallow, a lightning-fast aerial slash that's as stylish as it is deadly. The Underworld Drop is a showstopper, but Genshin doesn't stop there. His agility is off the charts, allowing him to pull off acrobatic feats that rival Ryu's ninja parkour. He's strong enough to overpower weakened foes like Joe Hayabusa and go toe-to-toe with Ryu. Oh, and his master of ninpo isn't just for show. He can cast the Art of the Piercing Void, a technique that's as dramatic as it sounds. Third tier, elite warriors. Rachel. Rachel isn't a damsel in distress. Oh no. She's more of a femme fatale. Hailing from the Holy Vigoor Empire, she takes center stage as the lead female character in Ninja Gaiden and Ninja Gaiden Sigma. While she skips out on Ninja Gaiden 2, she makes a triumphant return in Sigma 2 as a playable character. Oh, and trust me, when Rachel shows up, she makes sure you notice. Rachel and her twin sister Alma share a dark curse, a bloodline that slowly turns humans into fiends. Unfortunately for Alma, she's already succumbed to it, leaving Rachel with a heartbreaking mission: hunt her sister down to free her soul. At first, Rachel comes off as a no-nonsense lone wolf warrior who doubts Ryu's ability to handle the fiends, but beneath that tough exterior is someone deeply emotional and fiercely loyal to her sister. Even when she has Alma cornered, Rachel can't bring herself to deliver the final blow. Her love for her sister ultimately makes her vulnerable, but it also makes her human. By the end of Ryu's journey, Rachel grows into a more caring and selfless ally. She charges into a literal volcano to save Ryu and stands beside him when Murai's betrayal is revealed. Physically, Rachel is as striking as she is strong. With platinum blonde hair, pale skin, and a skin-tight black leather leotard, she makes an impression all right. Her look is accessorized with thigh-high boots, an arsenal of belts, and a spiked shoulder guard. Fashion aside, Rachel's real standout feature is her raw strength. Her blood curse gives her superhuman power and an innate ability ability to sense friends. While she's not as agile as Ryu, she makes up for it with devastating attacks. Her signature weaponry is the infamous Warhammer, but she even gets a Type 666 heavy machine gun. She also dabbles in magical arts, wielding spells like the Blades of Ouroboros and Raging Aphrodite. Mumii. Mumii is the complete package. Ryu Hayabusa's apprentice, the Dragon Shrine Maiden, and the kind of person who can heal your wounds and destroy your enemies with style. She's the younger sister of the late Kureha and has gracefully stepped into her sister's role as the spiritual guardian of the Hayabusa clan. Don't let her gentle demeanor fool you, because beneath that kindness is a warrior who's not afraid to go full ninja mode to protect her village. During the Dark Dragonblade incident, she was spared her sister's tragic fate, only to return to a devastated Hayabusa village. Fueled by grief and a desire to protect what remained, she trained under Ryu himself, mastering ninjutsu and becoming a force to be reckoned with. Physically, Mumii is absolutely breathtaking. She has long black hair tied into a ponytail, hazel eyes, and an outfit that's both practical and elegant. She later upgrades to a sleeveless top with red accents and sleek konoichi pants. Now, Mumii's strength might not break mountains, but her heavenly dragon Naginata can slice through hordes of black spider ninjas and even take down 2 tengus. Her agility, next level. She can run on walls, double jump like it's no big deal, and dodge attacks with ninja precision. As a shrine maiden, Mumii has spiritual powers that make her even more badass. She can heal fatal wounds, sense evil spirits nearby, and purify haunted locations with her ki. And her ninpo? Let's just say you don't want to be on the receiving end of her Art of the Crimson Lotus, a fiery vortex that incinerates only the wicked. Her weapons are just as impressive. She wields the heavenly dragon Naginata, a blade carved from a dragon's tailbone, alongside a katana, a ritual bow, and even a kunai. She's mastered techniques like the Izuna drop and her signature Izuna Falcon, where she slams enemies into the ground with divine precision. Told you she was the whole package. Akane. Akane is the fastest character in the Ninja Gaiden universe, a kunoichi who strikes so quickly you'll think you're seeing double. Her evolution from the youthful, childlike appearance of the first Ninja Gaiden game to the mature, confident, and let's face it, jaw-droppingly gorgeous woman in Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 and beyond has only added to her mystique. Her petite frame is adorned with violet and butterfly-themed designs, which perfectly match her short, striking purple hair and piercing red eyes. Her outfits across the Ninja Gaiden games are equal parts fashionable and practical. In Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, her look includes a daring dark top with a butterfly ornament over her left breast, a violet-striped miniskirt, and a pink obi tied at the back, resembling butterfly wings. Yeah, butterflies are kind of her thing. Don't let her innocent appearance fool you, though. Akane is all business when it comes to protecting her clan, even if her personality is a mix of cold arrogance and biting sarcasm. Underneath that tough exterior, she's got a softer, more vulnerable side. Just don't expect her to show it often. Akane's backstory isn't sunshine and rainbows. Though tragic, it's forged her into a relentless warrior. As the product of Raidao's assault on her mother, Ayami grew up an outcast, facing rejection from her clan. Trained by Genra in Hajinmon ninjutsu, she honed her skills in stealth, ki manipulation, and ninpo, eventually becoming a prodigy of her craft. By age 14, Ayami had already proven herself a force to be reckoned with, even finding herself under the employment of Murai, a rogue ninja. Ayami's abilities are as sharp as her fashion sense. She's also known as the female Tengu, a nod to her unmatched speed and ferocity. Her agility is top tier, leaving after images in her wake, and she's a master of stealth, able to infiltrate enemy lines undetected. Ayami's weapons of choice include the Fuma Kodachi, lightweight blades she wields with lightning speed, and her flash kunai, which are explosive projectiles. Her techniques range from the elegant lightwing Izuna to the devastating Art of the Raging Mountain God, a ninpo spell so powerful it shakes the ground.
Experience things your feeble minds could never comprehend.
Alexe. When it comes to bad guys who bring both flair and fury, Alexe, the graceful ruler of lightning, is electrifying in every sense of the word. One of Vazda's 4 greater friends, Alexe is like a supercharged thunderstorm with an ego. He sits perched dramatically on the Statue of Liberty, awaiting and taunting Ryu Hayabusa, challenging him to a duel with all the subtlety of a lightning bolt to the face. Oh, also, he hates humans. Absolutely loathes them. He considers them to be on par with flies even. Long before Alexe became the world's most theatrical storm cloud, the dragons banished his boss, the arch-fiend Vazda, deep beneath the earth. Unfortunately, Alexe and his fellow fiend lords were also put into an eternal nap. Now, with a grudge against humankind that could fuel a dozen storms, Alexe is back and armed with some seriously shocking powers. Alexe can zip around at lightning speed, combining acrobatics with teleportation in bursts of electricity. Let's not forget his mastery of lightning, a skill he uses to hurl electrified attacks, summoning devastating thunderstorms, and even turning the Statue of Liberty into his own giant action figure. I can respect that though. Who needs toys or physical weapons when you can use national monuments? It makes everything infinitely times cooler. When it comes to combat, Alexe's got moves. His lightning cyclone is a whirlwind of destruction, literally, as he spins into a tornado infused with crackling energy. If that's not enough to make you rethink fighting him, he can generate balls of lightning and surround himself with an electrified shield when injured, making him faster and stronger. Basically, the more you hurt him, the more dangerous he gets. It's like fighting a battery-powered maniac who doesn't run out of charge. Kasumi. Whether she's gracing the battlefield or just casually flipping off walls, Kasumi proves that deadly can be beautiful. She made a guest appearance in Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 and returned as a DLC character in Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge, showing us that even the most graceful warriors can pack a punch. Kasumi's signature look is as iconic as her moves. In Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, she sports a blue side-tie ninja dress with long sleeves, her name stitched in yellow on the back, and a bird motif on the skirt. Add in stockings, knee-high boots, and her trusty Kodachi sword with a golden tassel tied to her waist, and she's ready to take down foes and slay the runway. By the time Razor's Edge rolls around, Kasumi ditches the classic look for an edgier black leather ninja suit with long gloves, a blue cape, and a windmill shuriken strapped to her arm. Personality-wise, Kasumi is a paradox. She's kind, compassionate, and fiercely opposed to unnecessary conflict. Push her too far, and you'll find yourself on the receiving end of her Mugen Tenshin ninjutsu. But despite her peaceful nature, Kasumi doesn't back down from injustice, even if it means crossing lines. She left her village to avenge her brother, breaking a sacred oath, and became an outlaw hunted by her own clan. Oh, and also, she's the daughter of Shiden and Ayane, making her the half-sister of Ayane. Once she became an outlaw of her clan, guess who hunted her down? Yep, you guessed it, Ayane, who has a deep grudge against her. Despite Ayane's animosity, Kasumi's bond with Hayate remains strong. She risked everything to avenge him, and he's one of the few family members who doesn't want her dead. Then there's Ryu Hayabusa, her longtime friend and occasional ally who often swoops in to protect her. Kasumi is a fighter who carries her family's legacy with pride, even if it comes with heavy burdens. She entered the first Dead or Alive tournament to defeat Raidou, and while her choices have led to exile, she's still deeply tied to her roots, embodying the principles of the Mugen Tenshin clan with grace and honor. On the battlefield, Kasumi is lightning fast, outpacing even Ryu Hayabusa and Momiji. In fact, only Hayane-kun can surpass her speed alone. She's a master of stealth, acrobats, and hand-to-hand combat, with techniques like Sakura Madoi, where she disappears in a flurry of cherry blossoms to outmaneuver enemies. Her ninpo skills, like the art of rending wind, channel her inner ki for devastating attacks. Marvelous verdict. And there you have it, folks. A whirlwind tour through the lives of some of Ninja Gaiden's most fascinating and strongest characters. From Ayane's butterfly-themed ferocity and tragic backstory to Alexe's thunderstorm theatrics, it's safe to say this universe isn't short on dynamic personalities. My favorite, apart from Ryu of course, is Momiji. I don't know what I like more, her strength or her beauty. Anyway, I'm curious to hear from you now. Who's your favorite character? Did I miss someone who absolutely deserves a spot on this list? Is there anyone you'd like me to explore more in depth? Share your thoughts, favorite moments, or even dream ninja battles. If you could assemble the ultimate squad, who's making the cut? Let us know in the comments down below.